Was poppin', boy? It's your boy Fab React, and we back again with another video. Like you read in the title of the video, we are looking at the top 10 scariest places on earth. The name speaks for itself. Smash the like button. I'm getting chills already. Let's get straight into it. Don't forget to smash the like button, like I said, subscribe, and also turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time your boy drops a video. Alright, let's do it. Tassi, Lua, Tolu, so.
Anyone up for a vacation? Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest places on Earth.
Watch Mojo. Interesting.
For this list, we're looking at the most unsettling places on the planet. These areas can be scary due to their creepy lore and history, their inherent danger, or their unique physical appearance. Number 10, the Sedlec Ossuary, Sedlec, Czech Republic. On the outside, the Czech Republic Cemetery of All Saints seems like any other quaint small-town cemetery. But underneath, it looks like a serial killer's lair.
In a small town outside Prague, there is a church adorned with the skeletons of at least 40,000 people.
What?
Assembled in the 1800s, each bone was stacked by a single woodcarver. The bones are of people who wanted to be buried on Holy Land, and this peaceful chapel is their final resting place.
The Sedlec Ossuary is located below the Cemetery of All Saints in Sedlec, Czech Republic, and it contains the skeletons of up to 70,000 people. The bones are artistically arranged to form various attractions and furnishings, including a chandelier composed of every bone in the human body. The area has been a desirable burial site since the 13th century, and it contains many victims of the Black Death and Hussite Wars.
I just think the way these guys are explaining it, makes the video more fun to watch than, to be chilled out about it, because, I don't know, I thought I was gonna be scared, but it's just, I don't know, let's keep going.
These bones had to go somewhere, and so the people doing the work started stacking them in the basements in this chapel, and here they stayed for nearly half a millennium.
The ossuary itself was built around 1400 to house the bones of those buried on the property in mass graves. Number 9, Shillingham Castle, Northumberland, England.
Number 9.
The suitably named Shillingham Castle is certainly chilling, all right.
Is it haunted? I've heard that it's haunted.
I mean, the whole castle is wonderfully haunted, and we're very happy with it, and they're happy with us.
So you're not at all bothered by the ghosts,
We're not.
supposed ghosts that are here?
They're not supposed, they're all for real.
Located in northern Northumberland, this medieval castle dates back to the 12th century, when it served as a monastery. It was even visited by King Edward I of England in the late 13th century, when he was traveling to fight William Wallace. It's said to be the most haunted castle in all of Britain, known primarily for its resident Blue Boy.
Am I right in saying this, that he was supposed to be buried alive in the walls?
Guests would supposedly hear a loud wailing noise and witness a blue halo floating above their beds.
Hold up. A loud wailing noise. Oh. What's poppin'? So.
However, the hauntings have reportedly stopped after renovation work uncovered the bones of a young boy buried within the walls.
Behind the wall! That man is locked here with me! He's locked here with me! I didn't want him here!
Number 8, Snake Island, Itanhaém, Brazil. You can probably guess what occupies Snake Island. Ilha da Queimada Grande is a small 106-acre
I heard of
island
this place.
located off the southeastern corner of Brazil. It's inhabited by untold number of snakes, who became trapped on the island once rising sea levels cut it off from the mainland. It remains the only place on Earth to host the endangered golden lancehead, a highly venomous pit viper that devours birds.
And when showers roll in, birds dive under the canopy of the forest, looking for shelter.
It's estimated that up to 4,000 golden lanceheads reside on the island. Snake Island cannot be visited by citizens, both to protect the endangered snakes from prying eyes and the humans from becoming snake victims. The only people allowed there are select researchers and members of the Brazilian Navy.
But as a sign of how seriously we and the authorities take this, we're travelling with a full medical crew, armed with anti-venom, an artificial respirator, and defibrillator. They also have an ambulance on standby.
Number 7. Yungas Road, Yungas, Bolivia. Health and safety? Psha. Yungas Road is located in Bolivia, linking the city of La Paz to the greater Yungas region.
El camino de mulas al camino de automóviles.
Chillingly nicknamed the Road of Death, Yungas Road was famous for its complete lack of safety precautions. The road itself is very thin, which doesn't allow for many mistakes. There are no guardrails, the slopes are steep, and the area is regularly hit by heavy rain and fog cover, making travel an extremely dangerous expedition.
God almighty, that is high.
A new road has been built for driving, but Yungas remains a popular tourist destination owing to its stellar mountain biking, even though 18 cyclists have died on the route since 1998.
Todos los días es diferente. Tenemos lluvia, nieve, a veces todas las estaciones en un solo día.
Number 6. Catacombe de Cappuccini, Palermo, Italy. Forget the Paris catacombs. These catacombs, located in Palermo, Sicily, originated in the 16th century when monks excavated crypts below the overpopulated Capuchin monastery.
The crypt was created for the wealthiest priest by the archpriest of the time.
That's him. He's Giovanni di Scalenza, quite rich person, very important.
It soon became a status symbol to be buried within the Capuchin catacombs, and it was maintained through donations paid by the rich relatives of the entombed. It's estimated that the catacombs contain 8,000 corpses and 1,252 mummies, all of which are visible to the public and even set in various poses.
Was sealed for 8 months while the corpses drained. Then they were washed with vinegar and stuffed with straw. Finally, they were dressed in their clothes and placed in the corridors of the catacombs.
Each of the bodies are categorized into different sections of the catacombs, including men, women, and children. The catacombs are also famous for hosting Rosalia Lombardo, a 1-year-old child whose preserved body remains in exceptional condition.
Yep. That was just in the video here, right? Listen, y'all, there is nothing scary about this. I mean, we're halfway through this video, and I don't feel any butterflies. I don't feel any chill. Come on, bro. What's up with the title? Bro? Come on. Don't play with me, man.
The catacombs received their most cherished saint in 1920, when the body of a little girl was brought in by her family. She had been mummified by a secret process which to this day remains a mystery even to the Capuchin monks.
Number 5. Bielitz Heilstätten, Bielitz, Germany. Abandoned and deteriorating hospitals are inherently creepy places. Never mind one with such a rich and disturbing history.
What is it exactly that you are looking for?
I had a problem with my tooth.
The tooth?
Actually, it's feeling much better if you could just point me in the direction of my room.
Located in Bielitz, Germany, this large hospital complex encompasses around 60 different buildings. The hospital was originally used as a tuberculosis sanatorium before it was converted to a war hospital. During World War I, it housed injured soldiers of the Imperial German Army, including Adolf Hitler after he was wounded at the Battle of the Somme. It was later occupied by the Red Army throughout World War II and remained a Soviet military hospital well into the 90s. Most of the complex is now a derelict ghost town, having been completely abandoned in 1994.
Do you know what the cure for the human condition is? Disease.
Number 4. Centralia, Columbia County, Pennsylvania.
50 years ago, when coal was king, Centralia, Pennsylvania was a boom town. People were optimistic, jobs were plentiful, and the future seemed bright.
There's an area of Pennsylvania that has essentially been on fire since 1962. In the early 60s, Centralia hosted roughly 1,500 residents, but the area suffered a horrific coal mine fire that is estimated to keep burning for another 250 years.
Regardless of how it happened, this fire quickly grew out of control. Remember, this wasn't just a small shaft, too. The coal mines in the area were all interconnected, and it was an enormous labyrinth under the town of Centralia.
The major detrimental effects weren't really known until 1981, when a sinkhole randomly opened and nearly killed a 12-year-old boy. The government bought out most of the residents and had them relocated, leaving just 63 people by 1990. Today, the town hosts under a dozen citizens, and various signs are littered throughout the area warning of sudden ground collapse and fatal levels of carbon monoxide. A graffiti highway that became a destination spot in the area has been paved over as of 2020.
The former ruins of Highway 61 remain, now known as the Graffiti Highway, literally covered with spray paint dating back to the 70s and 80s.
Number 3, the Island of the Dolls, Mexico City, Mexico. Turns out there are many areas throughout the world populated by dolls. There's a village in Japan called Nagoro, which has become a famous tourist attraction due to its countless life-size dolls.
It takes 2 days to prepare and make each scarecrow, and now there are 350 of these mannequins, way outnumbering the 10 villagers left here.
But perhaps the freakiest of all is Mexico City's La Isla de las Muñecas, which is located in the canals of Xochimilco. The island contains hundreds of dolls, most of which are hung from the trees.
It looks like a scene from a horror movie. Hundreds of dolls strung up and hanging from trees.
Legend states that the spirit of a young girl haunted the island, forcing its owner to hang dolls from the trees to appease her ghost.
He found the dolls in the canals and in the trash. He started hanging them up to protect him and to try to scare away the spirit of the girl.
The owner passed away in 2001, and the island became a popular tourist destination, even though some locals refused to go there owing to superstition. Number 2, Pripyat, Ukraine.
Уважаемые товарищи, городской совет народных депутатов сообщает, что в связи с аварией на Чернобыльской атомной электростанции в городе Припяти складывается неблагоприятная радиационная обстановка.
Now here's a ghost town. Pripyat is what was called a nuclear city, housing the employees of the nearby Chernobyl nuclear power plant. It was the home of thousands of citizens until the power plant famously exploded on the morning of April 26, 1986, spreading an unbelievable amount of radiation into the area, including Pripyat.
In the instant the lid is thrown off the reactor, oxygen rushes in. It combines with hydrogen and superheated graphite. The chain of disaster is now complete.
The town was not immediately evacuated, despite dozens of people falling ill and showing signs of acute radiation sickness. The evacuation was finally ordered 36 hours after the blast, and the city remains abandoned for long-term residents. Although governmental authorities still did work in the area, and there is now limited tourism. It's now part of the wider Chernobyl exclusion zone.
Evidence in the form of mild nuclear radiation had already reached beyond the Soviet borders to Scandinavia.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Christ of the Abyss, Liguria, Italy. The Stanley Hotel, Estes Park, Colorado.
Here we are by the famous room 217. It's known mostly by people because of Stephen King. He did spend one night here, September 30th, 1974. We had an explosion, sadly, in 1911.
The Great Blue Hole, Belize.
The culprit was a thick layer of toxic hydrogen sulfide, spanning the width of the entire sinkhole like a floating blanket.
Underneath that, there's no oxygen, no life.
Caminito del Rey, Malaga, Spain.
En su origen fue un camino de servicio para el control, vigilancia y mantenimiento del canal que hacía operativa la central hidroeléctrica del Chorro.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the Door to Hell, Darabaza, Turkmenistan. Turns out the door to hell exists, and it's located in Turkmenistan.
I was looking down, I was looking around, and it looked like a doorway to hell.
The village of Darabaza is home to the Darabaza gas crater, which was unintentionally created in 1971 while Soviet engineers were drilling for oil. Fearing the release of dangerous methane gas, the engineers decided to light the crater on fire in the hopes of burning off the methane. The crater has continued to burn throughout the decades and shows no signs of slowing down. So now in the middle of the catacomb desert, there is a 100-foot deep crater that is persistently on fire. Naturally, the site is off limits to both tourists and almost all documentarians. You wouldn't want to get pulled into hell, would you?
Because if you're gonna go dine with the devil, you might as well make some s'mores too, right?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Right, guys, that is pretty much it. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. Is that trash? Pass? I'm gonna give that a trash for now, because it wasn't scary at all. I mean, they could have made it a bit more scarier, but it was more fun to watch than being scared to watch it and stuff. Like, it's not one of those videos where I'd say, oh, I can't watch that in the dark by myself. You know, I'd be glad to watch these kind of videos and stuff, even though I'm not into it. But yo, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, and also turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. That is it from me. I will see you guys on the next video. So far, so far. Woo!